Joining us now, I'm very excited whenever we get to talk to our friend, Mr. Tory Smith. Tory, what up, man?
What up, T?
How are you, buddy?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Man, we good, brother. How you doing?
Good, man. Can't complain.
Can't complain. Your time of the year, bro.
Yeah, man. The best time of the year. Football's good.
Yep.
Family's busy. So, I'm thankful.
How did your coaching season end up?
Came up short, man. We lost in the Super Bowl again.
Wow.
Yeah,
how many years is this?
We done lost the Super Bowl 3 years in a row.
No way. You're like the Bills.
Yeah,
I was about to say
that's
that.
what I'm saying. Exactly like the Bills, man. I need someone to teach me how to teach kids how to be tough. Because not because of talent. They mentally, like we were driving. This is the most important sports breakdown of the day, by the way. We get a stop, get a pick first drive of the game, drive down the field. Our center snaps the ball over our guy's head. We fumble. Half my kids started crying. We lost the game at that moment.
They started crying?
Started crying. You know
how old are these kids, Torrey?
I was 10, and I was disgusted. I was trying to learn how to navigate, like, being, like, embracing feelings. But I'm sorry, I have zero patience for crybaby kids when it comes to sports.
No.
You got to learn how to deal with it, keep it moving.
There we go.
You can't be crying after, like, 7, maybe 8, but definitely not at 10.
It's the first quarter at that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. If you're going to break down in the fourth quarter or something, golly, come on now.
So is there one team that keeps beating you?
It is one team that keeps beating us, man. And
do we want to shout them out or no?
Absolutely not. I ain't shouting out nobody that beat us.
I love it, man. All right.
I got a lot of love and respect for them, though. Good people over there.
All right. Let's get down to some NFL business now that we've covered the Maryland Youth Football Super Bowl. A bunch of teams that you care about and played for are really, really good. I want to start with Washington. What do you think now through 13 games? They finally get this bye week. They had that rough stretch, lost 3 in a row, but came back and beat the hell out of Tennessee. What do you make of this Washington Commanders team?
Man, I love this Commanders team. I think it's really cool to watch based on where we were talking about this a few years ago, about what the team is and where they stood. It's a happy time in the DMV. I'm excited about this team. I'm excited about their potential. And I think anyone that predicted their season, them being this successful at this point, would be a flat-out liar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
totally. I think they've exceeded expectations. I think they're far ahead of schedule, and it's nice to see that they hit on their quarterback and Jayden Daniels. I actually love him as a person. I think he's a great person, a great representative for the DMV area. And, I'm excited about this team and their playoff chances.
All right, how is it, like, you look at it coming into the season, it's a rebuild, but they start to play better than what you expect. How tough is it to, like, kind of hold back your expectations at that point?
Man, I think it's really tough because I say it all the time. In the NFL, there is no bowl game, right? Like, you're not excited. There's one winner and there's 31 losers.
Yeah.
But to me, if you had the opportunity to be there ahead of schedule, I mean, to me, once you get to the party, you get in the show. It's anybody's ball game, right? Because at this point, this Commanders team has proven they can beat any team in this league. So yes, they may be, a little ahead of schedule from what we think, but the people in that building, they know what they have going on.
Yeah.
And then they know what their expectations are. They aren't coaching and going out there each and every week to try to say, yeah, y'all, we won more games than what they thought we would win. Like, no. They're like, man, we're trying to get in the playoffs. We still want to win this division, and we want to try to get to the Super Bowl, and that's everyone's goal. And again, going into the season, very few teams can say that they actually have a real chance. And then there are some teams like the Commanders who put you on the map and let you know, hey, they are one of those surprising teams. So to me, they get in that party. I think they are not a team that I would want to see simply because they have a defense that has the ability to play well, and they have a dynamic quarterback.
In the 2017 season, you were on the Philadelphia Eagles that won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles at quarterback. You had 5 catches for 49 yards in that game. After Wentz went down, and you guys were red hot with Wentz, then he gets hurt. Foles, at one point, I think, even got benched because it wasn't going great right away. I think Suggs got in for a little bit. When did you guys start to believe, or perhaps you did all along, but when did you guys feel, we could still go to the Super Bowl, we're still loaded?
Man, I think it took for game by game. Listen, I would love to sit here and tell you that we had all the faith in the world that Foles was going to be ready to roll. That would be a flat out lie. When Carson went down, I will never forget looking at Alshon like, damn, we just wasted a year. Like, we had it. Like, you just felt like everything just left, right?
Yeah.
Because, Carson was playing at an MVP level. But the reality of it is, what people don't know, and you should probably read Nick Foles' book to talk about it, is like he wasn't even practicing. Basically, like all year he had this arm injury. So
Wow.
the public didn't know that, but it was like, man, well, he could barely throw the ball. But like, how are we going to win? And all of a sudden, he got stronger and stronger each and every week as we got close, and he just continued to play lights out. The thing I loved about Nick Foles is there are quarterbacks that play the game so many different ways, right? There are some quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. They're based on timing and the way they play this game. Then there are guys, they like to go through progression. They like to make things happen in that way. Then there are guys like Nick Foles who say, hey, I don't mind going through this progression, but I like my guy in his matchup over here. I'm going to give my guy a one-on-one chance to win.
Yeah.
And that's why guys like, Alshon Jeffrey really loved playing with him, and his performance went up because it was a situation where Alshon was the X. He was on the back side of the field, the weak side away from all the other receivers oftentimes, and he had the one-on-one matchup, and Foles gave him a chance to go out there and play to the best of his abilities. So, I mean, injuries are tough. Again, I would be lying if I said we were extremely confident, but as the weeks went on, we knew that we had the ability to get it done.
Hey, Nick said, I got a chance, but I'm gonna reach out to everybody. What's Harrison from the Steelers? He said, hey, man, you pay $500,000 to get your body right? I need to talk to your guy.
Absolutely, man. It was crazy. Like, even looking back, it's an amazing story.
Totally.
So, Tory, with this Washington team, I think it's a hell of a story unfolding. We'll see how far it goes and what happens. Excellent to watch. Been watching this season. Brian and I were talking about this earlier. We watched Bo Nix last night, and he's an exciting quarterback prospect.
Gunslinger.
There's something there. He makes some big throws. He misses some easy ones. I think Drake May has shown real moments in New England, but for us, it's pretty obvious that Jayden is the cream of this class. I'm curious if you see it at that point too.
I think so as well. I think Bo's made it very interesting with this team getting back in the winning column in terms of winning like Rookie of the Year. But, you ask me, I still think it's Jayden, right? I think, Bo coming out, I think both teams probably had lower expectations, and they're both playing very well. So let me not knock Bo Nix in saying this, but I think for a minute, there were conversations and a feeling that, wait, Jayden Daniels, he's playing well enough to be in the MVP conversation, right? That's how it looked earlier in the year. So anytime you kind of feel that way, to me, I'm like, well, there's a difference there in terms of the way he plays this game, the way he leads. But, I mean, I think they hit it. I think he's the best guy in the class, and those other guys are really, really good. And I hope they pan out for their franchises. But, I love Jayden and everything he brings to, this area, both on and off the field.
Talking with two-time Super Bowl winner Torrey Smith. Tory knows the quarterback position pretty well, being a receiver, winning 2 Super Bowls. Jayden is obviously a hell of a player.
Yes.
You mentioned the MVP there. I think the MVP front runner right now, it might be a running back on the Eagles. If not, though, it might be Lamar. Where are you at with the Ravens, who undoubtedly have a ton of offensive talent, but they're 8-5. They've lost a bunch of games that people probably didn't expect, and I think Philly just came to Baltimore and bullied them.
Yeah, man, I think it was a tough game. I think it boiled down to just mistakes. The Baltimore Ravens, right? There's not a team in this league that can beat them when they aren't shooting themselves in the foot. And what do I mean by that? Turnovers, missed field goals, which is, if you told me going into the season that missed field goals would be a concern for the Baltimore Ravens, I'd be like, yeah, right. I've been on record multiple times saying I don't trust many people in my life as much as I trust Justin Tucker kicking the field goal, right? But, he's going through some things right now, but he's the guy with the answers, and I know he's going to snap back out of it. But you're talking about a couple of games that field goals have been a difference in winning. So now you're talking about a 10-11 win team there. They got a toe on the line in Kansas City to keep them from a chance to scoring there and going for a touchdown at the end of the game or a 2-point conversion at the end of the game to win there. So, I mean, they're still right in position. I think when it boils down to it, they still have a shot at the division. They're a game and a half behind there. The Pittsburgh Steelers are actually playing very well right now with Russell Wilson and
Can you buy Russ? Can you buy Russ for a playoff run?
And I'm Russell Wilson biased. Right? We came out at the same time from Virginia, so I shout out to Russ, man. I like Russ, but I hate the Steelers. So I feel like the Ravens are still a way better team, no matter how good Russ plays. But as you guys know, in the division, you can throw out stats, you can throw out everything, right? I still feel like Lamar Jackson is the best player in the league. You talk about the MVP love. You mentioned Lamar and Saquon. Saquon looks ridiculous himself.
Yes,
but
he does.
there's no player that's more important to their team than Lamar Jackson. There's no player that is as dynamic as him, and having the ability to play the quarterback position at a high level like he has, and also making plays with his feet. There's only one guy that is even rivaling that a little bit right now, and that's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And what he's doing up there in Buffalo, and for him to do it on primetime the other day, everyone got to see it. But to me, snow stats don't count the same. But I feel like he's. Did y'all see that defense out there tiptoeing around on the field?
Yeah.
But I think Lamar is as dynamic as they come, and this Ravens team, I'm not concerned about them. The defense is playing better. They're picking it up, and they're playing their best ball later down the year. The wins just don't. The wins don't all the way show the way they've been playing. They just got to be consistent on the offensive side of the ball and staying on track. And this team's going to be ready to roll come playoff time.
All right, Tory, one more before we get to let you talk about your Giving Tuesday with your level up. Lamar's mom, I got a chance to meet her, and she's a little fiery. Lamar said after the game, his mama cursed him out because they looked at you didn't run enough. you met his mom, and the relationship that they have. She's the only one that can keep him straight in a sense?
Hey, man, listen. I'm a grown man, and still, when my mom looks at me a certain way, I feel like a little kid. So I know exactly what he meant when he said his mom got on him. But unlike most parents out there, his mother knows the game, right? His mother has been like kind of his agent from day one, right? Helping to lead him and guide him in his athletic career. She's not like these normal moms. And so for her to get on him, she knows her son better than anyone else. But I think for Lamar, he knows he just has to be able to make plays and be consistent. And I mean, I'm not a big overreactor, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to winning in this league, and winning is a team stat. I want to say that and put that disclaimer out there before I go. But there's no quarterback that has been able to win. There are very few, Patrick Mahomes being one of them, that have won as much as Lamar Jackson. He's going to win about 80% of the games that he plays in.
Yep.
Right, and that's an extremely high level for a guy like him. So I think, he's accustomed to winning, and he'll make the adjustments he needs to make for this team to be great.
Well, Tory, we all love you because you play ball, but you know what? We love you more because what you do off the field, and you've been a guy who's been a stand-up guy ever since you got into this league and even before, So let the people know how they can help you do the things that you're doing with Level 82.
Man, it's Giving Tuesday, so nonprofits from all across the country are looking for opportunity to raise money, and we're no different with what we're doing at Level 82. We're looking to raise $50,000. We've raised $25,000 so far. My wife and I kicked it off with the first $25,000, and we're looking forward to, trying to challenge our peers in the DMV area to raise $25,000 more. I always joke and say, listen, if you took half of the folks, not even half, a third of the folks in Northwest Stadium, and they all donated $1, we'd be fine. Same with M&T Bank Stadium.
Yep, there you go.
If they all donated $1, we'd be fine. So there's, like the pastor says, there's no amount too big or too small. We're just looking forward to trying to hit that $50,000 mark to continue to do the work that we're doing in the whole DMV area, because our work is where our feet are. I'm a Virginia boy, born in Virginia. I'm a Maryland man, being here, and we actually do a lot of things up in the Pennsylvania area as well. So just trying to do our part to benefit the community, and you can't do anything without community. So we're leaning on our folks to try to help us get to that 50,000 mark.
How can they give?
You can go to level82.org to donate, or follow me on any social media. It's at Tory Smith, Torrey Smith, WR, and you will see me posting like it's my job, that link to make sure we try to hit that mark within a week.
All right, man.
I just hit the retweet button on that. Sorry. Thank you for the time, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.